Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to yet another video here on the Skill Bros channel. For today's video, there's a really interesting game coming up in the match day game week 2 of the Premier League season with Liverpool taking on Chelsea. Being a Chelsea fan, I'm pretty excited because it's definitely going to be a very interesting game, at least I hope so. But the main reason is because, you see, we have made loads of signings, so we have to see whether we're up to the standards. And Liverpool are a brilliant test. I mean, they're like maybe arguably the best team in the Premier League, the champions of last season. So we would be able to see what level of quality we have in our side. And I feel like Liverpool is a perfect test. So for today's video, we are going to be discussing the predicted lineups and my predicted scores, and some people I think you have to look out for the game. So first of all, let's take a look at the lineups that Chelsea and Liverpool played in the last game. Chelsea played against Brighton and they played a 4-2-3-1 setup with Kepa Arrizabalaga in goal. The left back role went to Marcos Alonso with Reece James taking on the right back spot. The two centre halves were Zuma and Christensen. The two just in front of the back four were Jorginho and N'Golo Kante, and the three just above were Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Mason Mount, and Kai Havertz on the right side, Mason Mount on the left, and Ruben Loftus-Cheek more of that centre attacking mid role. And up top it was Timo Werner. In my opinion, actually, Reece James had a good game. Brilliant shot, obviously, brilliant goal. He did decent defending. Werner had a good game. I mean, he was taking a lot of shots. He obviously got the penalty. I mean, Havertz wasn't really good, and everyone's complaining that Lampard put him in more of a right side, so which is not where really he should play. And people think Barkley should play instead of Ruben Loftus-Cheek, which happened as he came on as a sub. Now let's take a look at Liverpool's lineup. It's kind of similar, man. Liverpool usually play the same lineup with Alisson in net. Left back was Andrew Robertson, right back Trent Alexander-Arnold, centre halves Joe Gomez and Virgil van Dijk, obviously. Midfield was Naby Keita, Gigi Wijnaldum, and obviously captain Jordan Henderson. The front three was Sadio Mane, Mo Salah, and obviously Roberto Firmino playing in the false nine role. Obviously, the star performer in that game was Mo Salah, as he got a hat-trick. I mean, those of you guys who got him in your FPL team, I mean, I'm jealous, man. I should have taken him. What was I thinking? 20 points in FPL. He's probably a really consistent player because he scores almost 1 goal a game. But I did not take him, so yeah, that's sad. But whatever. And it was a good game for the defense, not so much, but for attack. 4 goals is always good to have. Now let's take a look at my predicted lineup for the second game, like for the game between Liverpool and Chelsea. So in net for Chelsea is the one which is kind of hard to predict because Liverpool usually play the same lineup, no offense. So Chelsea sort of have more options, more quality options. So in net it's Kepa Arrizabalaga, as Edouard Mendy's deal seems to have stalled, and it's definitely not getting done. Even if it got done, like if it gets done in like 2 hours, he's not going to be able to play because he has to do maybe get some training, get some fitness, and etc. etc. So he's definitely not playing. Kepa Arrizabalaga has got the nod over Willy Caballero. Left back is it looks like Azpilicueta is gonna play there. I mean, it's decent except when you want to cross, because Aspi can't really cross as good with his left leg as his right leg, because you can't expect him to cross with his left leg with the right leg. The thing is, he can do like the passing, and he's way more defensive, so they can shift to more than 3 in the back, and then put Reece James as the right mid / maybe CDM he can play, I don't know. And the two centre halves, I'm going to get my hopes high and put Thiago Silva in this lineup. This is definitely a doubt, but I hope he plays. I mean, he's not fully fit is what reports say, but anything can happen. I hope he plays, and the other pick is naturally Zuma. Zuma is like except from Thiago Silva, the main centre half, because other than that there's only Rudiger, Christensen, Tomori, and Christensen looks like the second option, and Rudiger's sort of gone low. He had a really good start to life in 2019-20 season, but then just sort of lost his form. Then after that, I think they're going to play a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-1-3 formation. So it's basically, okay, there's no formation like that, but meaning 4-2-3-1, maybe you can change it if you want to make the attacking mid go a little bit more forward. So the two in the middle is going to be Kovacic and Kante. Last game was Jorginho and Kante. Looks like Jorginho is going to maybe get into the squad a bit more. I don't know, maybe like become slightly more important, as no team is really interested in him, so they need to keep him. They would love to sell him, of course, but it is what it is. And Kovacic is also, I think he's going to start alongside Kante. Kovacic could not play against Brighton, so they had to play Jorginho. So I think Kovacic and N'Golo Kante are going to be the main midfielders this season. And then attacking mid is going to be Mason Mount. I mean, it has to be him, man. He's like one of the best players in the Chelsea lineup 2019-20. He's a really consistent performer, plays good every game, gets a goal or two, gives some assists. And I hope he plays good because he's in my FPL team, that's for sure. And moving on to the left wing, and it's another player who I'm not too sure about, and it's Christian Pulisic. I really hope he plays because we need that pace, and he's so good against Liverpool. I mean, every single time he plays against Liverpool, he just does what he does. He plays like a polygon, and I mean, you need to have Christian Pulisic, man. If he's fit and good to play, you need to play him because we need that pace. We need that counter-attacking pace. I mean, we need to break down that Liverpool defense, and who else is good at that job except from Christian Pulisic? And up top, I think it's going to be Timo Werner. He was brilliant, and I hope he scores a goal or two so we can be like, Liverpool, you didn't want to pay 53 million for him. But you got him. He was worth it. He's going to score against you. And on the right side, it's Kai Havertz, man. I don't think they would necessarily want to play him on the wings. It might bring him more central and put Mount on the right side because, I mean, he showed that he can play pretty well on the wings. Now, let's take a look at how Liverpool can line up. I mean, this is a really easy one to predict. Okay, it's not really easy, but, I mean, the lineups are always, like, predictable. So, in goal, it's obviously Alisson. I don't think they're going to put Ardy in unless Alisson suddenly gets injured before the game. Left back, I think it's going to go to Andrew Robertson. I don't think Tsimikas is going to get a game until like after 5 game weeks. The two centre halves, obviously Virgil van Dijk and Joe Gomez. Right back, Trent Alexander-Arnold. And the midfield three, I think is going to be Fabinho, Naby Keita and Jordan Henderson. So the only change is basically Fabinho coming instead of Gini Wijnaldum. The front three, Sadio Mane on the left, Mo Salah right, and Firmino false 9. If you guessed it, that's almost identical to the whole lineup. Which is why I said it's kind of predictable. I mean, this might not be the lineup, but it is what I think is going to be the lineup. And take a look at what few people who I think are players to watch. For Chelsea, I'm going to name 3 players who I think are going to be really key. First of all, it's definitely Polygon. I mean, I think he's going to get at least a goal. I think he's going to get a goal. He's going to break with his pace and then just bang it in the goal. He's either going to get a goal or an assist. I'm pretty sure he's going to get either a goal or an assist. If he plays, of course. I really hope he does, man. I really hope he does play. He needs to play, man. And next up, and it's Timo Werner. I mean, he needs to play. Old Timo needs to get a start, please. Just play him. I think he's also going to do important work, but I'm not too sure whether he's going to get a goal or not, but hopefully he does. I mean, the third player is Mateo Kovacic. I think he's going to be brilliant and solid in the midfield. I know I haven't mentioned any defenders because I think Liverpool are going to score a few goals. So it's kind of bad if you mention defenders. I'll be honest, I'm not too sure whether we'll keep a clean sheet even with this newly established defense. So it's a really interesting thought. So I think coach is going to be brilliant in the midfield, play some key passes, do some quality dribbling. And then for Liverpool, it's going to be Mo Salah, which is obvious. He's going to do something or the other. Not Virgil van Dijk. I'm pretty sure Joe Gomez is going to have a good game. And lastly, I think Naby Keita is going to do good. And my score prediction is 2-2. So I'm just going to predict the goals also. I mean, being a Chelsea fan, 2-2 doesn't seem so good. I want to win. But it's my prediction, not what I want to see. If you guys think the videos are too long, I'm just saying, please let us know in the comments. Because I feel like longer videos are kind of maybe better. You get entertained for more time. Okay, I'm getting really diverted. So for Liverpool, I think Mo Salah, definitely. Fabinho, definitely, and Joe Gomez. And the goal scorers from Liverpool, the two, I think, are going to be Mo Salah and then Mo Salah. I just said it like that for a sort of emphasis. So Mo Salah with a brace, and then for Chelsea, Pulisic obviously, Pulisic, and Mason Mount. I'm just hoping Mason Mount scores. At least I get a few points for my FPL team. Thank you guys. That's it for this video. If you guys want to see us with more videos, make sure to say that down in the comment section. Give us some ideas, some future videos you guys want to see.